In today's video, we're going to discuss a router bit that you need to know about. When I built this shop and I built the front barn doors for the front of it, I bolted the joints of the door together along with glue with bolts. The problem is I didn't counterbore for the washer and the nut. And so now they stick out and they threaten to scratch the siding basically. And I'm trying to weather strip it in and close it in. So I need to put a counterbore on that bolt. The problem is if I use a regular Forstner bit, the guide point has nothing to grab onto because there's already a hole there, and this thing will skate all over the place and cut it up. So what do? Well, that's where the flush cut top bearing router bit comes into play. By the way, my name is Jeremiah. I've spent over 30 years in shops from woodworking to aerospace, and I'll be your guide to the workshop jungle. Let's get into it. So with a top bearing router bit, this is a dead simple project. All you need for these router bits is some sort of a template for that bearing to ride up against, and the cutter underneath will cut to that template because it's flush cut. So that means you can have any size of template, and in this case a circle, or you can have templates the size of cutting boards, and you just bandsaw the cutting board rough and then route the edges with this, and you'll get consistent size cutting boards or anything. So you can use these for a lot of different things, and I highly recommend them being in your wood shop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Forstner bit that I couldn't use on my door, and I'm going to drill into a piece of scrap plywood and drill the size of the hole that I need to cut, which I did on the drill press. And then all you need to do is install the router bit into the router, and you need to make sure that you get your depth right, and in this case taking into account the template, and what sticks out is going to cut into the door in my case. So then you check for your depth, adjust your depth, tighten everything down, and you're ready to go. I also made this little piece on the lathe to line up everything. This little piece goes into the hole that's in the door, and then the wider diameter goes into the template. That way I can get it somewhat lined up and kind of be sure while I clamp it to the door. So once I'm ready to go, get the template clamped down, and I started to route it, and it routed out easy. It's taken a little bit of a bite because I'm doing the whole depth at one time, so you kind of got to work it around and cut and cut. My router bit's not the sharpest, so I kind of had to take little bites at a time, but eventually it cut out, and it cut out really nice. And so I'll be doing the rest of the counterbores on the door using this method. So if you have something that's a repetitive cut that you can't drill, in this case using a drill bit because of the center, or if you need a repetitive cut for other kinds of things like patterns or inlays or whatever, I would highly suggest using the top bearing router bit for your project because it's really easy to use. You just got to make sure that you get a good template and just control the router. If you enjoyed this video, please like or subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.